Well, in San Francisco, there are road closures and a lot of changes to public transit because of the APEC conference. The summit is bringing in political and business leaders from all over the world, and with them come some pretty tough security precautions. KTVU's Allie Rasmus joining us live from one of the neighborhoods in San Francisco that'll be affected. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning, Dave. We are in the Nob Hill neighborhood of San Francisco, California, and Mason. Behind us, the Fairmont Hotel, and we've just seen a half a dozen San Francisco police officers walking down this sidewalk. Also notable on this sidewalk are the concrete barriers that usually aren't here, but they are here because of the APEC conference and the security measures being put into place. We also, around the corner, saw about a half a dozen cranes that will be moving these concrete barriers into the street. This intersection is going to be closed by the end of the day today. You can see vehicles are still getting through. I want to pause for a minute so you can take in that beautiful view of the Bay Bridge from California Street as the sun rises here in San Francisco. One thing to keep in mind, usually there is a cable car running up California Street. That will not be the case for the next couple of days because of the security precautions. There's also quite a bit of fencing already in place, and then across the street, more of those concrete barricades here. President Joe Biden has been to San Francisco multiple times this year, and every time he has stayed at the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco in Nob Hill. And the president's expected to be here in the city once again for the APEC conference to meet with President Xi Jinping of China. That meeting is expected on Wednesday, but the changes to how you can drive, walk, or take transit around San Francisco start today. The Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit brings in world leaders from 21 different countries, CEOs and business leaders from around the globe, so security everywhere in the city will be very tight this week. Mayor London Breed welcomed some of the attendees to the conference at an event at City Hall last night.
The eyes of the world will be watching San Francisco and wondering what's going to happen here. Well, what's going to happen here is not something that we are not used to. In 1945, the United Nations was established right here in San Francisco. In 1951, the treaty with Japan was signed here.
Now, what will these closures, street closures and transit changes look like? Well, for Nob Hill, people driving here will have to go through checkpoints at California and Taylor Streets or Washington and Powell, and people who live within that security perimeter here and the security perimeter around Moscone Center will have to show proof of ID with a valid address within that perimeter in order to get in. Cable cars will also be rerouted around here. Muni lines will be rerouted as well here and also towards downtown, where Moscone Center, most of the APEC meetings are happening. But this intersection is supposed to be closed completely to traffic by the end of the day today. Also keep in mind, you heard Sal mention, 2 lanes of the Bay Bridge are going to be closed starting tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. So this is just the start of a lot of changes and adjustments you'll have to make if you are traveling in and around San Francisco. Live in San Francisco, Allie Rasmus, KTVU, Fox 2 News.